Right. So before we left for Diwali, अरे आते ही ये एक second. So before we left for Diwali, we started a new chapter called Economy and Organization. We're quickly going to revise it once so that we don't have any doubts. Okay? And अभी दिवाली से नए नए आए हो तो वो दिमाग में doubts भी होंगे. We'll quickly revise and then move to new content. We're going to learn new content today, so stay tuned. Okay? So the first thing we studied was the difference between GNP and GDP. Can you fatafat type on chat what was the difference between GNP and GDP? What was the difference between GNP and GDP? So gross national product, Ajit, how was that different from GDP, gross domestic product? Okay, your buddy has answered correctly. So GDP was only about our country, only about the market, only about the exchange, only about the economy within the land of India. It did not include the citizens who were living outside India. Also, it did not include the investments that Indian citizens do abroad. So if I buy a land in Saudi Arabia, that will not be calculated in GDP, but in GNP that will be calculated. So in GNP, where like Akash correctly said, GNP covers all economy, whether it is all economy, whether it is in our country or other countries, but by Indian people only, by Indian residents only. So the difference was this: all goods and services by a country's residents over a period of time was GNP, and GDP was finished products of ये वैल्यू ऑफ नेशंस फिनिश प्रोडक्ट्स. तो उसमें था नेशंस रेसिडेंट्स और इसमें है नेशन. तो इसके अंदर मतलब जो हमारी प्रॉपर्टीज हमारे इंडिया के अंदर है वो कैलकुलेट हो रही थी जीडीपी में. जो हमारी प्रॉपर्टीज इंडिया के बाहर भी है इंडियन सिटीजन्स की, या फिर जो गुड्स या सर्विसेज जो एक्सचेंज होता है, या फिर हमारी फैक्ट्रीज हो जो हमारी कंट्री के बाहर भी हो, वो जीएनपी में कैलकुलेट हो रही थी. Was this clear? And which country had a higher GNP, India or Brazil? Amazing. So your buddy and Akash have responded. Can you all please type on everyone? Which country's GNP was higher, Brazil or India? Is Fiza correct? Fiza says Brazil, Ankit says India. Sorry, Fiza says India, Ankit says India. Rest of you, India. Pradum, it is Brazil is incorrect. India had a higher GNP. We studied it here. यहाँ पे रेड इंडिया है, ब्लू ब्राजील है. आप देख सकते हो कि रेड थोड़ा सा ऊपर है ब्राजील के. सो वी हैव अ हायर जीएनपी, राइट. Then we moved into 3 types of economy. We saw primary, secondary and tertiary economy. And उसका जो summary है वो हम इसमें पढ़ेंगे. तो सबसे पहली चीज contribution of sectors in GDP. तो मतलब primary, secondary और tertiary में इंडिया में टर्शरी सेक्टर से सबसे ज्यादा, सर्विस सेक्टर से सबसे ज्यादा पैसा इनकम आती है हमारी कंट्री में. ब्राजील में भी टर्शरी सेक्टर से सबसे ज्यादा पैसा आता है. उसके बाद परसेंटेज ऑफ पॉपुलेशन एम्प्लॉयड इन वेरियस सेक्टर्स. तो जैसे हमने टूरिज्म में ये 2 पार्ट्स पढ़े थे, सिमिलर पार्ट्स इसमें भी हैं. तो परसेंटेज ऑफ पॉपुलेशन मतलब कितनी आबादी इन चीजों में काम करी है. तो इंडिया में मैक्सिमम लोग एग्रीकल्चर में एम्प्लॉयड है और ब्राजील में मैक्सिमम लोग मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में एम्प्लॉयड है. उसके बाद वी मूव्ड ऑन टू नेशनल इनकम. We saw that India had a higher national income, higher GNP as compared to Brazil. India also has a higher GDP as compared to Brazil. Then we moved to per capita income. When we studied कि on an average एक इंसान कितना कमाता होगा, तो वो चीज ब्राजील की हायर थी as compared to India. And the reason for that was what? Can you type on chat? Why was per capita income of Brazil higher than India? Population. Amazing. So हमारी अगर हम 20 रुपए 60 लोगों में डिवाइड करेंगे वर्सेस हम 20 रुपए 5 लोगों में डिवाइड करें, दैट इज द काइंड ऑफ डिफरेंस, राइट? तो फिर वो 20 रुपए अगर हम 60 लोगों में डिवाइड करेंगे तो हर इंसान को बहुत कम पैसे मिलेंगे, पर वही 20 रुपए अगर हम 5 लोगों में दें तो वही पैसे, मतलब उन 5 लोगों के पास ज्यादा पैसे होंगे. सो दैट इज वाई, बिकॉज ऑफ पॉपुलेशन, Brazil had a higher per capita income. All right, perfect. Is this clear? Are all of these things clear so we can move forward? Thank you, Rakhi. Thank you, Sanya. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Pradum. Thank you, Mahima. Thank you, your buddy. Rest of you, can you please respond? Aryan, that is fine. If little bit is also clear, it's okay. All right. Now we are going to study in depth the economy of Brazil and the economy of India. Main three things we will be looking at would be agriculture, would be mining, and would be fishing. So these are three of the main occupations in both our countries. So we're going to take them as point of comparison and see how is agriculture in India and Brazil, see how is fishing in India and Brazil, and see how is mining in India and Brazil. Okay, so first we're going to study Brazil in more details, right? So before that, if we look at maize, okay, maize is a crop which grows in 21 to 27 degrees Celsius. The rain it requires is 550 to 100 centimeters ka rain. So this is 50 to 100 centimeters rain would be around 600 millimeters. Okay, around 600 millimeters of rainfall. So where do you think maize will grow in Brazil? Looking at this map, can you figure out where would maize grow in Brazil? यहाँ पर ये चार नाम है: गुआना हाईलैंड्स, Amazon basin, Parana basin, and Brazilian highland. Here you have the temperature and here you have the rainfall. So where do you think maize would grow in Brazil? Looking at these facts. Can we type the answer, please? Temperature would be between 21 to 27 degrees and rainfall 600 millimeters. Amazing. Correct, Mahima. Correct, Akash. Rest of you. Correct, Aditya. Rest of you, can you please respond? Correct, Ajay. Okay, so like Ajay correctly wrote on everyone instead of sending it to me privately. So as you can see, we don't only look at temperature. Temperature तो सबका ही almost ठीक है मेज ग्रो करने के लिए, बट अगर हम बारिश भी देखें तो टेम्परेचर और बारिश को ध्यान में रखते हुए Highland provides the best place to grow maize. Okay, so the main agriculture of maize happens in Brazilian highland. Now we look at coffee. Now coffee requires a lot of rainfall. It requires a humid climate. It requires temperature of 27 degrees. So where do you think will coffee be growing? अरे आसाम नहीं राम, इसमें देखो, ये ब्राजील का मैप है ना, इसमें देखो इनमें से किस में ग्रो करेगी कॉफी? Are you sure Amazon? Because we also have 27 degrees, along with that 1200 millimeters of rainfall. Amazon has 2000 millimeter of rainfall. We need 1200 millimeters. Where is 1200 millimeters? Coastal plain, equatorial. Can you spot this? Can you spot 27 degrees and 1200 millimeters of rainfall? And which side is it? It's on the coastal plain. So coffee is grown on the coastal side, based majorly on the eastern coast side, because it has a humid temperature and also because it has optimum rainfall. Amazon has much more rainfall than required for crops like coffee. So coffee is not grown in Amazon, it is grown in the coastal plains. So maize is grown in the Brazilian highland, and coffee is grown in the coastal plains. Is this clear? Amazing. So we now study agriculture of Brazil in depth, right? The first thing that we need to know is that agriculture is one of the main populations of people living in highland and coastal areas. So we studied two areas. One was producing a lot of maize. The second was producing a lot of coffee. And in both these areas, agriculture is the main occupation, right? Now, favorable climate and topography makes it possible for this crop growth. So as we saw that the temperature of that place, along with the amount of rainfall in that place, gives a particular environment for the growth of that crop. Hence, this main crops are produced in Brazilian highland, in Brazilian highland and in coastal areas, right? Now, rice and maize are the main two cereal crops, and maize is mainly grown in the central part. Now, central part is what? The Brazilian highland. So, maize is mainly grown in the Brazilian highland, whereas coffee, and Brazil is the largest exporter of coffee and soya bean in the world, and coffee majorly grows in the coastal areas. And the two main states that grow coffee are Sao Paulo and Minas Gerais. So even if you don't remember Minas Gerais, please remember Sao Paulo. Is this clear? Acha, once again, your voice is not clear. Are all of these facts clear? Amazing. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you. Thank you, Aditya. Thank you, Pradum. Thank you, Rakhi. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, your buddy. Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Aryan. Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you, Fiza. Right. Now we move on to first increasing our general knowledge a little. So this is the map of Brazil, and whenever we mention directions, you should keep in mind what are you talking about. So the north of Brazil is the green part. This is the north of Brazil. This is the central west of Brazil. It is called central west. You can also call it west. Okay. This is the northeastern part of Brazil. So northeastern coast. And then there is southeast coast. This one is the southeast coast. And this part, the Parana Basin part, is the southernmost part of Brazil. So we have north, we have west, we have northeast, we have southeast, and we have south. So if I ask you where is Parana, where would you tell me where is Parana? In which direction is Parana? South. Amazing. Thank you. And where is Sao Paulo? Southeast. Correct. So the red part is southeast. So you have to keep this map in mind while thinking of, where to place maize. So when we talk about maize, so they said central region. Now central west region is this, and somewhere this, and this was the highland region, right? So जब भी directions होती हैं तो उसको इस तरीके से visualize करना होता है, right? Now we move into mining, and as you have studied now, so you can correctly identify कि कहाँ पर ज्यादा mining possible है, कहाँ पर ज्यादा mining यहाँ पे हो रही है. So as you can see that manganese, which is square in shape, and bauxite, which is across. Now look at the difference. Rubber is like this, right? But manganese has square with something inside it. So we'll spot where is bauxite and where is manganese on this map and try to understand in which direction do they lie. Even the triangle is one of the minerals. So triangle will also be counted. So see where major minerals are lying. So there is one here. We can see one here. Then we can see here. Then we can see a cross here. Two crosses here. Where else can you see it? Can you write the directions on the group? This rectangle is rubber, so this won't be counted. This will come under agriculture. We're talking about mining. Northern, northeastern, northern. Okay. So basically in Brazil, we never say the northern part. This is the common mistake. Northern part has a lot of rectangles, as you can see, but rectangle means rubber. That does not mean mining. That does not mean minerals. Manganese is actually a square with a circle inside, which I can see only here. Can you spot any more manganese? And then I could see, so one on the eastern coast, the northeast coast. Then there are three here on the northeast coast. Then there are two here on the southeast coast. Can you spot any more minerals? I can't. Right? So basically, can you tell me then where are the majority of minerals lying in Brazil? Northern in the corner. Yes, here. Yes, can spot it. Right. So that's just one, not too much. This would come under northeast. This will be northern, but this will come in northeast. So majority, where does the majority lie? Majority lies in this region, and this region overall is northeast plus southeast. Correct? This is northeast plus southeast. तो दोनों में कॉमन क्या है? कौन सी डायरेक्शन दोनों में कॉमन है? East. Amazing. So maximum minerals are growing in the eastern part of Brazil, right? So it is very easy to get confused, but only remember that even though it grows in north and southeast, the common direction is eastwards. So we write that mining majorly happens in the eastern part of Brazil. Okay. Then we try to understand why does it not happen in other parts. These other parts, they can also have resources. This part also has resources. Okay. But why does mining not happen in these parts? And why are people not figuring out resources in this region? Can you spot the reason? Why can we not do mining? Because of physiography. Amazing, Lakshmi. And what kind of physiography is the limitation of this area, this specific area that I have circled? Highland Amazon basin. Amazing. So basically Amazon basin has a lot of dense forest. The river is such that you can't enter it. And because of this, it creates a limitation for us to utilize the resources present there, right? So what happens is majority of mining then happens only in eastern part of Brazil, right? So the factors that have led to this, that have led to us stopping us from doing mining in the Amazon region or in the northern region is first inaccessibility, then lack of knowledge of potential reserved resources. मतलब हमें पता ही नहीं है कि वहां पे रिसोर्सेज हैं भी या नहीं, हम रिसर्च करने के लिए भी वहां तक नहीं पहुंच पा रहे हैं। वो फॉरेस्ट इतने डेंस है दैट वी डोंट इवन नो कि वहां पे कितने रिसोर्सेज प्रेजेंट है। दे माइट बी अ लॉट ऑफ रिसोर्सेज बट वी आर नॉट इवन अवेयर ऑफ इट, okay, because it's so inaccessible, and because of the, definitely because of the dense forest of around the Amazon basin, um, it is not possible for us to do mining there. Are all of these factors clear? Thank you. शुभम, बेसिकली जो हमारा अमेजोन वाला एरिया है उधर से अमेजोन रिवर निकल रही है, उसके आसपास इतना डेंस फॉरेस्ट है कि इंसान वहां पर रीच ही नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, राइट? तो जब हम रीच ही नहीं कर सकते तो हम उस एरिया को स्टडी नहीं कर सकते, हमें पता नहीं चलेगा वहां पे कितने रिसोर्सेस प्रेजेंट है कितने नहीं प्रेजेंट है, हम कौन सा रिसोर्स यूटिलाइज कर सकते हैं, हमें उस चीज की नॉलेज ही नहीं है, क्योंकि वो फॉरेस्ट इतने डेंस है, क्योंकि वो एरिया इतना इनएक्सेसिबल है। तो इसलिए हम ज्यादातर माइनिंग करते हैं ईस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ ब्राजील पे, हमने अपने रिसोर्सेज भी ईस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ ब्राजील पे रख रखे हैं। क्लियर शुभम? सब लोग रहते भी ईस्टर्न पार्ट पे है, रिमेंबर? शुभम अभी क्लियर है? सो वी कैन मूव फॉरवर्ड। Amazing. Now we move on to fishing. Do you think fishing would be common in Brazil? Do you think fishing would be a occupation of Brazil? And give reason for your answer. Why Akash? Yes. Tell me why. Ritesh, why yes? Why do you think fishing would be a good occupation for Brazilians? Think about where do they live? Do they live closer to water? Would that be helpful in fishing? Because Brazil lies on coastal area, majority of population lives near the coastal area. Yes, because people live near the coastal areas, hence it becomes easier for fishing. Settlement to near coastal because population is concentrated on the coast. Correctly, like you all identified, majority of people live in the coastal area. So Kunal, सारे के सारे लोग जैसे बॉम्बे कोस्ट पे है वैसे ही सारे के सारे लोग ब्राजील में कोस्टल रीजन पे रहते हैं, majority लोग वहां पे कोस्टल रीजन पे रहते हैं, जिसकी वजह से फिशिंग एक बहुत ही कॉमन ऑक्यूपेशन है। क्या आपको लगता है कि अमेजोन में फिशिंग होती होगी? डू यू थिंक द अमेजोन रिवर विल बी कॉमन फॉर फिशिंग? व्हाई नो फातिमा? व्हाई नो योर बडी? व्हाई नो पूजा? No, because of its speed. Amazing, Lakshmi. So people do not live there. There is no human settlement around Amazon basin, and there is no access to that place. So we can't do fishing in the Amazon River. Our major fishing is limited to marine side, is limited to the corners, to the coastal area. Okay. सो बेसिकली ब्राजील का सी कोस्ट बहुत ही बड़ा है, इट इज 7400 किलोमीटर्स which has excellent grounds for fishing, so a lot of people do fishing there. Now fishing traditionally पहले छोटे छोटे ग्रुप्स में हुआ करती थी, अभी नई नई लार्ज वेसल्स यूज की जा रही है फिशिंग के लिए। ये फिशिंग अमेजोन रिवर के अंदर नहीं हो सकती क्योंकि वहां अमेजोन रिवर हमें एक्सेसिबल ही नहीं है। Are all of these things clear? So we studied agriculture of Brazil, we studied mining of Brazil, and we studied fishing of Brazil. Are all the three things clear? Thank you. Amazing. Thank you, everyone. All right. Amazing. So now we're going to move into studying the economy of India in detail. Now, what we are doing right now is, do you think mining will come under primary sector or secondary sector or tertiary sector? Can you tell me, would mining come under primary, secondary or tertiary sector? Secondary. Why do you think secondary, Ankit? Akash says primary and Ankit says secondary. Rakhi says secondary. Can you give reasons? Anjali says secondary. Your buddy says secondary. Can you give reasons? Why would mining come under secondary sector? So primary is the correct answer and not secondary. Can you now think of it and give me a reason? Amazing, Akash. So Akash was the only person who gave the correct answer as primary, and his reasoning is correct. So what is his reasoning? He is saying that we are obtaining product directly from nature, right? So what happens is कि हम raw material निकाल रहे हैं, हम raw coal निकाल रहे हैं. We are not putting it in industry and starting the production process. We are in the first part, we are in the nature part, we are in the raw material part. So all three, fishing, agriculture and mining, all three, what is the commonality between them? That they are all in the primary sector. Is this clear? So agriculture works with raw material, fishing works with raw material because we are taking out raw fishes, and then we are taking out raw minerals. So that is also in the primary sector, right? So if I ask you to differentiate between primary sector of India and Brazil, your 3 points of comparison will be agriculture, mining, and what will be the third point? What will be the third point? Fishing. Amazing. So when you are differentiating between primary sector of India and Brazil, we look at 3 main points: agriculture, mining and fishing. Amazing. Can we make a note of this? If you have a notebook with you, can you please write it in your notebook? So you write that, you make the differentiation table right now in your notebook. Fill it later, just make the table, right? So write the question: differentiate between the primary sector of Brazil and India. Then you write point of comparison, write mining, fishing, agriculture, write India and Brazil. Fill the table later, fill the table after the class. Once you have made the table, please write on chat done. Question is differentiate between primary sector of India and Brazil. And then points of comparison are fishing, agriculture, mining. Thank you, your buddy. Thank you, Nidhi. Rest of you. Thank you, Pooja. Rest of you. Thank you, Pradum. Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Sanya. Akash, you have to write this question, differentiation ka, and then you have to draw that table. The table ka pura complete table, you will do that at the end of the class. You just have to draw it and keep it with you right now. Amazing. Okay, now we're going to study the economy of India, right? So we're going to look at the 3 parts. Now we're looking only at primary sector. What are the 3 parts? Agriculture, mining and fishing, correct? So first is agriculture. Agriculture, as you know, is the main occupation of India, and it is also possible in 60% of our land. So 60% of our land is fertile. We can do agriculture in 60% of our land. So now, since we have different types of physiography, so we have different types of crops also. We are not limited to one crop like coffee. So where is coffee grown in India? Okay, let's just take a quiz. Where is coffee grown in India? Fast, write on chat. Tea and coffee plantations, where are they in India? Kerala, Northeast, amazing. Assam, both are correct. So Kerala also tea and coffee plantations, and Northeast of India also. So Assam is one of the main places. Correct. Now, where is wheat grown in India? Where is wheat grown in India? UP, MP, Bihar, north of India, basically northern plains. Punjab, Haryana. So the whole northern plain belt grows a lot of wheat. Now, where is rice grown in India? Maharashtra, Kerala, southern part. Maharashtra, not so much. South of India, more. Correct. Right. So we are all very aware of where what is grown. Where are flowers grown in India? Let's see who answers this. Where are flowers grown in India? Which is the flower valley of India? Gujarat, Maharashtra has black soil. Himalayas. Himalayas is the correct answer, guys. Flower valley is majorly Himalayas. Around Jammu and Kashmir, maximum flower growth is possible. So flowers and fruits, a lot of different forms of fruits are grown in the northern part of India. So as you can see, we have, you know, almost everything available in our country. Almost all types of physiography is available in our country. So we're very self-sufficient in that sense, right? नाउ इंडिया में बेसिकली वही इस पे लिखा है कि इंडिया प्रोड्यूसेस राइस, व्हीट, मेज, इट प्रोड्यूसेस टी, कॉफी, रबर, इट प्रोड्यूसेस शुगर केन, इट प्रोड्यूसेस कॉटन, जूट, राइट? सो इसको याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है. दीज आर द थिंग्स यू नो ऑलरेडी. ओके, it is also a major producer of fruits and vegetables, like we correctly identified. So this is the only thing you have to remember in agriculture. You don't have to remember it, you know it, you've lived it, right? So never panic when you see so many words, right? Now we move on to fishing. Do you think fishing is a main occupation in India? Yes, amazing. So does the fishing happen only in coastal areas, or can we do fishing inside India as well? So in the rivers of India, can we do fishing? What is different between Amazon river and the rivers of India? What is different between Amazon river and rivers of India? Why can we fish inside India? Himalayan glacier, that doesn't make sense, your buddy. Banks of the river, amazing, Saurabh. So on the banks of the river, there is sedimentation, there is human settlement. The rivers are not that fast flowing, so we can actually fish in the rivers because we can live beside the rivers. So we can fish on the Ganga plain, we can fish on the Gangotri plain, we can fish on any of our rivers, right? So fishing in India, unlike Brazil, majority of fishing happens inside India, in the inlands of India. And on the coastal plains, so 60% happens inside India and 40% happens on the coastal lines of India. So both the sides we have fishing, but inside we have more. Amazon is not subsistence, they are inaccessible, people don't live near it, and in India we do. Amazing, Lakshmi. Right. So fishing is very important occupation of India. It is both marine and inland. Marine मतलब होता है coastal areas पे, और inland होता है मतलब inside our country. Okay? तो दोनों तरीके की फिशिंग इंडिया में पॉसिबल है. अब फिशिंग का फायदा क्या है? फिशिंग हमें खाना प्रोवाइड करती है, एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट करती है. फिश इज वेरी न्यूट्रिशियस, so it increases the nutritional level. We can also sell fish to other countries which don't which don't are not on the coastal area, so we can give them the fishes, so we earn money through foreign exchange as well, right? Now mainly fishing कहाँ कहाँ पर होती है? कोस्टल एरियाज में केरला, वेस्ट बंगाल, उड़ीसा, आंध्र प्रदेश, तमिलनाडु, गोवा एंड महाराष्ट्र। एंड इनसाइड में भी फिशिंग बहुत पॉपुलर है। पहले अभी आउटसाइड पढ़ रहे हैं। आउटसाइड में हमारी कोस्ट लाइन 7500 किलोमीटर्स की है, और वेस्ट में कच्छ से लेकर, अभी हम देखेंगे मैप पे, कच्छ से लेकर मालाबार कोस्ट से लेकर कोरोमंडल कोस्ट तक। सो वेस्ट टू ईस्ट हमारी कोस्टल फिशिंग होती है, और इनसाइड जो है हमारे बहुत सारे कनाल्स हैं, बहुत सारी रिवर्स हैं, तो 60% ऑफ हमारी फिशिंग होती है इनसाइड। नाउ एज यू कैन सी हियर, कोस्ट की फिशिंग शुरू होती है यहाँ रन ऑफ कच्छ से, फिर होती है मालाबार कोस्ट पे मेनली फिशिंग, and then Coromandel coast. So this is on the eastern side, this is on the western side. So all this region has major fishing going, right? And inside we have a lot of rivers, ponds and a lot of other small water bodies जहाँ पे 60% होती है और यहाँ पे होती है 40%. Are all of these things clear? Are we clear about fishing? Amazing. Amazing. Rest of you, can you please respond? We move to the last part. Perfect. So now we look at mining in India. So instead of guessing, let's move to like where we find mining. So we have a plateau, a very small plateau called the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Do you know where is Chota Nagpur Plateau? In which state? In which state does Chota Nagpur Plateau lie? Maharashtra is wrong answer, Ajay. Rest of you, do you know about Chota Nagpur Plateau? Where does it lie? It is different from Deccan Plateau. We've studied Deccan Plateau. It is different from that. No, not MP. So Chota Nagpur Plateau is a very small plateau which lies in Jharkhand, and Jharkhand has maximum amount of mining done there because maximum amount of mineral resources are there. It is the main occupation there, right? So mining is the main occupation in Chota Nagpur Plateau, which is in Jharkhand. Now coal is also mined in Chhattisgarh and eastern part of Maharashtra. We'll see all of this on the map, okay? Then we also spot it in Assam. We can also spot it in Gujarat. We can see it in parts of Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh. Now here you can see this is the Chota Nagpur Plateau, mainly the Jharkhand region and ends of Bihar. So can you see here that there's so many mines here, different types of mines. Can you draw the comparison? So you can see that Chota Nagpur Plateau has a lot of different types of mines. Can you see it? Can you type on chat if you can? Amazing. Thank you, Pooja. Rest of you? Amazing. Thank you, guys. Right. Now, in Maharashtra, this is the western side and this is the eastern side. Now, on the eastern side, we have mainly minerals present, as you can spot. We have a lot of minerals in the Gujarat region as well. We have some in Rajasthan. Then we have these in Andhra Pradesh. So these are a lot of mineral regions of Andhra Pradesh, right? Then we can also spot some in this region. This is not required. So these are the main regions where we can spot minerals, right? And Madhya Pradesh also. Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh region. So here we find maximum minerals in India. Along with this, if you look, this is Godavari. Okay, this is the Godavari river. And अगर हम गोदावरी यहाँ से trace करें, तो Godavari is like this, right? So can you see that on the bank of Godavari, there are so many minerals on this side and on this side as well, right? So on the banks of Godavari, we have a lot of minerals. Dhanbag is the region of coal. Yes, yes, Ajay. Do you identify how there's so many um, mines on river Godavari? Is or only Pooja can spot it? Rest of you, can you please respond? So we are majorly looking at Rajasthan, we are looking at Gujarat, we are looking at eastern part of Maharashtra, we are looking at Chota Nagpur Plateau, and we are looking at banks of Godavari River, where we have maximum mining in India. Is this clear? With that, we come towards the end of this part. Now, this part was only about the primary sector, and we studied the three main points of comparison. We studied fishing, we studied agriculture, and we studied mining. Now, we are going to draw a comparison between them, make a table, and please send it on the group. You can correct each other as well. You can check for each other as well. Didi will not be able to check for everything. um, Pradum, you can see the video and then maybe you will be able to understand. If you still don't, please reach out to me or any of your friends. I will upload the video. I have to upload the last two videos as well. I'm really sorry for the backlog, but I will complete that by the end of the day today. I will give it to you, Pradum, on chat, on WhatsApp. That's it for today. Do you have any doubts? Does anyone have any doubts? Or is everything understood? Amazing. Thank you so much for being so patient. With the school update, we will get to you by the end of the day today. When are the schools starting? From when do you have to come? Everything will be sorted by the end of the day today and we'll let you know. Yes, Pradum. Pradum, what is your question? Yes, Muskan. Can you please send me a message? Also, guys, I've changed my phone. I have no number saved. So whenever you message me, please message your name along with it so that I can save your number. Bye, everyone. Take care. Stay safe. Please wear masks. Thank you, Sanya. Bye. Take care. Thank you, Rakhi. You too. Yes, Mahima. Thank you. Pradum, type on WhatsApp, okay? Okay, your buddy. Thank you. Bye bye. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है अजय. It's a myth. It's really bad if it happens. So just stay safe. Bye bye. Take care. I'm ending the call, okay?